All right, people. Jeez. Oh. What can I say about this week before I begin? What can I say about this week that this week has been out. This you know what? There's only one thing you can say about this week, and it's this. This shit is smoking! This shit is smoking. This was smoking. This week was smoking. I don't know what happened. I don't know what got in this part of YouTube. I don't know if it was because of the ratings or the lack thereof. I thought the Manosphere was doing good with ratings, but now this shit has been smoking for real. And I mean from multiple fronts. You got we already have the names. Everyone knows by now. You got the Obsidian and Boogie thing that hit to a maximum point. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about all that stuff to begin. But before I begin, I'm going to give a shout out to some real talk that I had earlier today, starting with King Sigma. And there you go. Is this it? Oh, nope, that's not it. But King Sigma, go on his channel if you don't know who he is and check out his recent video that we discussed, particularly about revisiting Eugene Robinson's Disintegration 10 years later. So what we did was discuss the book by Eugene Robinson about how Black America in reality is about, 5 groups, according to his book. Now, we compared and contrast that to my thesis on the 3 fates of Black America. And go ahead and check that out if you want. I'll put that in Disintegration. Okay, pause that. Check that out as well. With the 3 fates of Black America, which is strikingly similar to Eugene Robinson's Disintegration. But I simplify it to 3 groups, including the multiracial group, the immigrant Black class group, as well as the Black ADOS underclass group. So with that being stated, go ahead and check the link if you want some real talk after we get through the chicanery. Now, on to the chicanery. We need to talk about this. Let's go chronologically. And the first thing we're going to talk about is some individuals really getting exposed. And by that, I mean everybody's favorite voice of the everyday brother, Obsidian. Now, the reason why I state this is because this is public information. This is already streamed out. And yeah, quite frankly, the reason why I don't feel any sympathy stating this out is because now you have Obsidian making false claims about a certain individual, which you can all probably guess, and I'm not going to even drag his name into this because he, one, didn't warrant this. He didn't do anything in order to have this come his way. And 2, quite frankly, I see why he's no longer part of the Black Manosphere. I mean, this guy now associates himself with the Richard Coopers and Roland Tomasi's of the world. He basically does business with them. And I think he is a part of the 21 convention. He's done that at least a few times. And shout out to him. Shout out to someone who made it out of the hood part of YouTube, if you want to call it that. But yeah. So the backstory behind this was that both of these individuals live in the same city, right? And I think, one of the guys went to the other guy's house, right? And him and his girlfriend, the one who was visiting, this was this guy who obviously, needless to say, has a non-Black girlfriend, has a white girlfriend. All right, cool. So the 2 of them come with an assortment of housewarming gifts, including some snacks and something to drink. That's what grown folks do, just to show your respect. And you aren't going to come there empty-handed if you're invited somewhere. So, all right, cool. Even if nobody takes a shot of the drink or whatever, and that's fine. So you have these 2 individuals, this guest and his girlfriend, walking over to Obsidian's house. And come to find out, Obsidian, when he opens the door, it is revealed that Obsidian's lady friend, the one that he talks about constantly. Let's just say this. I'm not going to go too far into the details of Obsidian's lady friend because she doesn't deserve it. She does not deserve any criticism or any smoke whatsoever. But you know how Obsidian criticizes a lot of features, particularly physical features, genetic features, genealogical features, or attributes about Black women? Well, come to find out that a lot of the things that Obsidian criticizes when it comes to Black females and what he lumps in with Black female chicanery is included or is a part of his lady friend. I'm not going to go into the details of what, but you all can scour the internet, ask everyone else around. Go on ahead, be my guest. But the reason why I point this out is for this reason. Come on, man. Are you really going to lead a campaign of men, which you've been doing for the past 3 years, and talking trash against the same thing that you have been harboring in your house? Seriously? I mean, that's like freaking John Walsh talking trash for over 30 years about America's Most Wanted, and come to find out that he has the hottest, most wanted female in his house. He's been hosting her up for the past 4 to 5 years. Come on. I mean, seriously, this reaches so many parts of hypocrisy that, I mean, I'm not going to even get into it. But yeah, this is what we're looking at, people. Individuals talking about Black female chicanery on one hand, and on the other hand, hosting or harboring or having someone, I'm not sure if they live together or not, I can't confirm nor deny that, but at the very least, dating someone who epitomizes the same Black female chicanery that he not only makes a living off of, not only criticizes, but he legitimately gets triggered over. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can't tell that this guy, this is beyond an act. This guy is legitimately triggered over it. Because I'm just going to say this. Guys like him, one, can't do better. Forget outside the community. Forget outside the race. But within the race and within the Xanatos Scruggle underclass. I mean, if you want to tell me that this guy, the old man, it doesn't epitomize and doesn't want to be accepted by the Scruggle class, then listen to what he plays between every break. I mean, that should give you the clue right there of him just wanting to be loved by the Scruggle Xanatos underclass. See, I mean, every other break, it's like some 1970s Cool Breeze music or some Maggle music. I hate to say this, a lot of this is Maggle music. A lot of the Maggle music that we have and that we complain about and that we're saying that is leading or has led the community down the current path that it's in. I mean, come on. This is pathetic. But as far as that's concerned, sheesh, you know what? Should I even do this? Only 15 people watching. Any of you who are watching, feel free to type because I know we got some lookers on. But you know what? I might just... If I can't get more people, I might just do this another time. Should I? Let me know if anyone's in there. But if not, I can just do this some other time. Oh, okay, we're getting 17 people here. All right, 19 people here. Okay, now we're getting more people here. All right, now it's building up. All right, cool. So, all right, yeah, there you are, Brandon. All right, cool. So, yeah, as far as the old man is concerned, I mean, I hate calling people out. I really do. But as far as this is blatant hypocrisy, one. And two, this just goes to show what happens when you have individuals who just can't get any outside the community. They can't get any. They can't get any even within the community. Among the best big booty bonquishas or big booty betties that are available. I mean, the fact that you are constantly looking and comparing yourself to the lowest of the low in the Pookie and Ray Ray class, which, trust me, we don't have any love for them neither here, but that's not my main competition. I'm not worried about them. I separate myself from the Ado Scruggle underclass to the point that they do not run, much less ruin my life on a daily basis. And I mean, we've all stated, well, I'm not sure if everyone stated this, but I stated this quite frankly, that if you aren't like where you are, and if you aren't appreciated and celebrated where you are, then why do you deal with where you are? Especially if no job is harboring you. And I love how when I asked him this, he basically had no direct answer except, well, you know, my friends are here, and my life's here, and you know, my this is where I live, you know, and oh yeah, see, we'll get to the big booty pog part now. But yeah, he didn't get. I mean, I had friends in DC, I had family in DC, but that didn't stop me from moving. I mean, I knew that if I stayed in DC, I would only achieve but so much. So with that, he lives in Philadelphia, by the way. He lives in Philly. So, and Philly, we all know Philly is not that great of a city for thinking black men, everyday brothers, etc. It's super segregated. If you can't fit into the Ado Scruggle underclass of Philadelphia, then you're pretty much SOL. And it is, you know what? One of the things that Obsidian stated as his reason behind not dating outside his race, his ostensible reason, is that, well, there are no big booty pogs. There ain't no big booty pogs. White girls don't have big asses. Well, looking back to when you posted all those models with your advertisements, I mean, of course, you probably aren't going to find a lot of white women who are pogged up like that. And we all know that he's not getting any of these. What's his name? Philco pogs. He's not getting any of that. Come on, let's be honest. So, and we'll get to him in a second, but we need to go on and talk about some real stuff. And honestly, we got the Maggle Gamesman, which, I mean, I think we've already done enough with the Maggle Gamesman analysis. As far as double standards are concerned, no. Now, I didn't see everything between the three-sided debate. Well, it wasn't really three-sided. It was mostly 2 versus 1, or 2-on-1, but it was an even match between MOT and Game Changer versus excuse me, C-Boogie Productions. And everyone wants to wonder where I am, where I stand with this. And I will be blunt and state this. I am cool with all three of those guys. Now, I have my difference of opinion with all three of those guys, but I have no beef with any of them. All three of them should speak their points. Even Obsidian should speak his point. Even if it is hypocritical, even if he is being red pill in the public and blue pill in private, that's fine. And that's all. That's his action. That's for him to decide. But as far as this is concerned, yeah, well, I didn't catch that part. But yeah, look, MOT, we all know where he stands when it comes to the community. Him and I completely agree when it comes to the community and how to deal with it, and even deal with these reptiles, as he calls it. And I'll just call it, daggles, scraggle daggles, or maggles, baby's kids, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. But we are in agreement in that a lot of these individuals don't need a bailout plan. They don't deserve a bailout plan. And they need to, whatever happens, happens. We shouldn't expedite it. We shouldn't be the source of any pain or any judgment on their end, because that's they'll do it themselves. And I completely agree with that assessment. But we should let them just wallow on their own, just suffer on their own. They'll do enough damage to themselves. Now, as far as C-Boogie's argument, he's been the contrarian of a lot of these things. Well, actually, you know what? I'll get the Game Changer last, but C-Boogie points out that there are a lot of double standards when it comes to how a lot of people in the manosphere deal with black women versus those who deal with non-black women or non-American black women even, which we'll talk about in a second. But C Boogie, he decided to really put the horns on yesterday and go after a lot of the critics in the manosphere who were basically talking about black female chicanery this and black female witches that and this, that, and the third. All right, fine. And as far as that's concerned, even though there is, you know what? Initially, I would argue against that point. I would argue against him being critical or defending the matriarchy, defending the gynocracy known as the community. Not to the point in which I would have argued with him, but I would have just been like, hey, look, for all these years, these women have been given the voice, right? These women have been given a rank and authority over young boys, over young girls, and even older men. And I still agree with that assessment. A lot of what these women have done has gone unchecked. A lot of it has until recently. And even in this corner of the manosphere, or this corner of YouTube, whatever you want to call it, it still isn't really getting out there to mainstream voices like that, or at least to the point where it's really going to change anything, at least on the positive end. If anything, I'm seeing a lot of people who don't care for our message listening to us, mostly in the shadows. And a lot of them will make websites talking about whatever, or they'll do all sorts of social media responses, and that's fine. You know what? The more attention that we receive, eventually we'll reach individuals who will agree with the message of the manosphere, or just the messages of whoever is in the manosphere. Take your pick. It's like Baskin Robbins. And we'll go on from there. But as far as C Boogie and him addressing a lot of the disdain that a lot of the manosphere has for American black women, here, yeah, granted, a lot of this disdain, I think, is warranted. And I do sympathize more with those who complain versus those who defend. However, I will agree with C Boogie on a couple of things. One, the hypocrisy is there. It's there. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Two, the way to deal with these women. Now, specifically from my understanding, C Boogie, he has problems when individuals go in on black women and not non-black women or non-American black women. And I made a stream about how you as thinking black men should consider non-American black women as part of your dating options. And I stand by that. Now, C Boogie's in what he defends, or when he defends, or at least goes after black men who overly criticize American black women, he comes in from a point that a lot of these men are being red pill for American black women, for ADOS women, and blue pill for non-ADOS black women or non-black women in general. Edward Anderson hints at this all the time, and I think he should do a video about it. If he's not going to do it, I'm going to do it. But as far as that's concerned, I have seen it. I've seen it myself, and I think that C Boogie would agree with my tactic on how to deal with the chicanery that goes on with the black females, or with the daggles. I can't even say black females because not all black females do it. And we have to recognize this, that not all black females are responsible with the out of wedlock births, with the abortions, with the child support, divorce, with the just the adversity and thug loving and adversity towards thinking black men when they're young. These are real. These are real things. These are real facts. No one can run from that. And to that, I will defend the likes of MOT and Game Changer on. However, I will side with C Boogie when it comes to this. How you deal with these women. And how you deal with these women isn't having live streams after live streams after live streams after live streams after overnight live streams after dawn of night live streams after dawn of the dead live streams after twilight hour live streams, at their graveyard shift live streams, at their the crux of sunrise live streams, talking about these women. It is not effective. And, well, and you can include swirls in that too. But look, this is not how you deal with these women. This is not how you, well, you can get their attention like that, but this is not how you deal with these women effectively. The way you deal with these women effectively is just to not deal with them at all. Not complain about them, not cry about them. And I'm not saying that Game Changer and MOT are doing those things specifically, but you do have those. Well, Obsidian on the other hand, yeah. But as far as those who are against black female chicanery or daggling, whatever, the way you deal with it is to not deal with those kind of women, and be open to those who prove themselves to be the antithesis of such daggled-in behavior. They're out there. I will say that. But I will also say in Game Changer and MOT's defense that they are the minority, especially when you consider that those who have some quote-unquote act right usually are already paired up or are looking to be paired up by non-black men. Only non-black men. And it's their right. And speaking of which, yeah, that's the swirlers. I'm talking, these are the real swirlers. Brendan L., yeah, what about the swirlers? So the real swirlers aren't talking about how they're swirling. They're actually doing it. They're actually going out and going to these conventions or going to some fair and looking at the next white guy, Latino dude, Asian dude there is, or going to some salsa club or whatever BTS concert there is, and they're getting snatched up. They don't have problems getting any sort of men. I'm talking about the good black women, the black woman that I would give a chance, the black woman who I've had successful relationships with. In the few instances in which I've gone out with Xanatos black women, but the few instances, or at the very least, not relationships, then just a good time with, even if it was brief. It was like, all right, cool, whatever. But as far as that's concerned, and here's the thing about it. Yeah, good point about Lonnie Love. I realized that, but yeah, this broad's a swirler. One, this broad is probably paid, bought and paid for. And two, don't be surprised if she is being paid behind the scenes or coached behind the scenes by her boyfriend to get after black men. And there are those who do it. And to those, I would say they are fair game, weapons free against daggles like Lonnie Love. She's a freaking daggle and a swirler and a bed wench. If you aren't a bed wench if you're just dating white men and just keeping it movement like Venus Williams. But if you're someone like Serena who wants to drag black men under the mud any single time you can, or just want to rub it in the face, then you're a swirler, you're a bed wench. Just like those who, black men. And here's the thing. Here's where it's going to go to me. Because I can tell you this. When have I ever bragged? Now, I've talked about times in which I've been with non-black women, yes. But when have I bragged and tried to prove to a bunch of other dudes that I can get white women too? Look at me. Look at my photo pics and look at my slides. I can get white women too. Look at me. Look at my photos from like 10 years ago. When have I ever done that? Seriously. The shit's silly. It's something else. It's redundant. I won't say the other R word, but yeah, this is silly. First of all, who cares about if you can get non-black women or whatsoever? I mean, if you can't get them, then work on yourself. Go to a place where you can. Do whatever. But I mean, if your dream is to be blessed by the twins and you want to be blessed in the sack by a Becky. The last thing, I can tell you this, if you want to be blessed by a Becky or loved by Selenia, or you want to be worshipped by Maylin, whatever, worshipped by Sakura, the last thing you need to do is to focus your time worrying about black women. Seriously, especially daggles. Why are you worrying about daggles of all people? Or even black women who have some act right but end up dating outside their race. Let them do them. Fine. women are going to have easier time getting men anyway. That's just how it is, even within the races, even within like other races. I mean, women have an easier time just getting men. And a lot of that is just due to men not cooperating with each other and not working with each other. Men, for some reason, and ever since I've been born, throughout my lifetime, it has been other men, for the most part, who have tried to chop down me or other dudes who are trying to be on their grind, on their purpose. Usually, if you can get women to cooperate with you, that goes a much longer way than men. I'm sorry. And see, Boogie, actually, on his previous video, he talked about how older black men will always be the first ones trying to chop them down, which I completely agree with, honestly. I mean, especially in a place like DC, and you're right, great move. DC sucks, bro. Exactly. That's a big reason why I moved from DC, was because of that older Negro, I got mines, I'm gonna cock block yours mentality. That's how it is in DC. Unless you buck dance and shuck and jive and do all that other happy horse crap. That's not what. I'm not even getting into that. I had to move from the blackest city to the whitest city in America. And you know what? That right there should just show how much the community has failed. And I get it. If you can't date a majority of American ADOS women, look, I don't blame you. I'm not going to be the one who's going to try to convince you that most of these women are good. See, that's where I'm going to have to agree with MOT with, and even Game Changer on. And even Obsidian on, of all people, that most of these women are not good. Now, the difference is with between the old man and at least with MOT and Game Changers, that those two, from my understanding, do not deal with ADOS women. One of them deals with Southeast Asian women, I think, and the other one has had ventures with non-ADOS black women. I think he actually has. I think both of them date Southeast Asian women. Anyway, I'm not getting into their personal lives. That's not what we're here for. But what we're here for is to call out the BS when we see it. And that leads me to StoveGate. Yes, StoveGate, easy lay oven, lay tag, whatever you want to call it. This was said before. This wasn't the first time he admitted to it, but this was the time that I guess that everyone heard it about Game Changer's story, in which he went to and let me be fair, I'm going to reiterate to the best of my memory, which it shouldn't be too hard because he stated it again yesterday, in which during his trip to the Dominican Republic, well, beforehand, he was actually pipelining. If you don't know what pipelining means, building. Oh man, $5 super chat by JM. I'm not gonna say your full name. Darkman Jeff in the house. You know what? Let me go on ahead and make this a bit more lively since I'm having money thrown at me right now. Super chat, Cashapp, or Cashapp is not a super chat, but Cashapp. Shout out to you guys who are actually donating. So, Game Changer. I'll just reiterate his story mainly because he reiterated himself. So I'm not saying anything that he didn't say on the record, but Game Changer is pipelining this chick from the Dominican Republic. And if you don't know what pipelining is just building a rapport with someone overseas or in a place that's not local prior to you meeting up with them. It's basically an advanced version of the game. So I got to give him that. He's pipelining. He isn't going there just empty-handed and full ball. But he's not going there with empty hands and full ball. So I got to give Game Changer that much credit. But this individual that he was pipelining, this female, well, turned out that she actually is a single mother. And he didn't get into a story on why she was a single mother, which is interesting. But he, obviously, with the rapport that he had built up with her, eventually went down to the Dominican Republic. And throughout the time in the Dominican Republic, he stayed over her place, where she, to her credit, was a damn good host. She cooked for him. She let him stay over. She, instead of paying for a hotel, she let him stay over. Instead of paying for meals, she cooked for him. Instead of just being on some tourist crap. She had his back to make sure that nobody else messed with him, etc. All right, that's what's up. And to give and to show appreciation for the respect and basically respect that she showed him. She showed Game Changer on his time in the DR. He decided to, of all things, and I'll have my opinions about this in a second, but of all things, Game Changer decided to buy this lady an oven that cost about $200, $200 US. And yes, Game Changer, we're cool. There's no beef. But we got to roast above the belt. We got to roast above the belt. StoveGate. Easy lay oven. Easy late oven. Late tag, man. Late tag. Late tag. All right. Oh, man. His defense for this was, she showed me around. She had my back. She held me down. She gave me the snoo. Remember snoo, guys. She gave, which this is what I think there's a lot of this comes down to. The reason why Game Changer decided to break her off a little something was, he gave her a little bit of that, a little bit of snoo. It was some good snoo, some Dominican snoo, which, and if you don't know what snoo is, first of all, you don't watch Futurama, and shame on you if you know. But second of all, snoo is it's a treat. It's a treat and a dish that isn't served on a plate, and it isn't cake, but it's cakes. If you catch my drift, snoo is something that if you show enough, or if you are select enough, you will receive it. Now, snoo, just look at what snoo is. I'm not going to go into details, but Game Changer got some good snoo, and I guess she felt sad, or he felt sad, and felt sympathetic for her plight. And in order to make it easier on her, he decided to buy her a $200 stove. Now, I realize that he probably spent a lot more money than that to go to the DR. And I'm sure it's well within his budget because he does work in the STEM field. And shout out to him for being a programmer, being in STEM, which is what we need more men to do, more thinking black men, by the way. And shout out to King Sigma in the house. King Sigma in the house. Exactly, King Sigma. But yeah. Look, but honestly, in my personal opinion, here is why I got a light roast Game Changer. I'm not going to go in on him, but I'm going to defend him in a bit. But here's what I'm going to have to do. And if he's watching, feel free for him to come on and make his official defense. But as far as that's concerned, I'm not buying any broad that I just met for the first time, no matter how good the snoo is. Any sort of easy bake oven. I'm not even buying her that. That thing you all saw, which I photoshopped, I'm not even buying her that, much less a $200 stove. All right? I don't care if it has all the bells and whistles in the world. I don't care if the stove can, give me dome, all right? I'm not buying any chick that for the first time around, especially if I'm not coming back to see her again, and especially if I have a particular feeling that, someone else besides me, some other male besides me, and I'm not talking about the kid because she wanted to do it for the kid. She wanted to do it for kids. We're all for the kids. Wu-Tang's for the kids, so I'm not going to even, if it benefits the kid, that's fine, but if another dude is in there, or if she has some man in the cut who's going to benefit off of a hot plate of snoo before a wet, warm snoo, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. That's just me. And I wouldn't do this for any chick. I don't care if she ADOS, non-ADOS. I don't care if she's the finest Becky, Sakura, Selenia, hybrid around. I'm sorry, not for the first time. Now, if we were living together, and especially if we were married, okay, all right, yeah, you want a brand new oven. Here you go. You want a brand new oven. You got new kitchen set, new diners, new bathroom with the filter shower head. Okay, cool. I don't have a problem with that. Cool. Look, but I know that, at the end of the night, who's getting the snoo. I mean, look, if I'm getting snoo at the end of the night every night, then all right, you can buy the bucket, you can buy the oven. I mean, and that's the role as a man. I get that. Masculinity, femininity, and not being cheap. Which, by the way, I love Little Obsidian's point about me being cheap because I said I wouldn't do that for any woman. Well, this is the same guy who talked about how he was on StoveGate for his electric bill. He was trying to scrap change for his electric bill. And this is when he was check this out. When Obsidian was struggling with the utilities, he was pro-thinking black men. He was he was anti-Pookie, pro-educated, pro-thinking black men, etc. But when he gets the money he needs, thanks to thinking black men, and shout out to Vision, I see you in here as well. And when he gets the money, and two, when he gets not even the sexual gratification, but just the verbal validation of a couple of strags, this is when he starts to not even switch up. No, not even that. Because he's not getting the sexual validation of Big Booty Betty, at least not yet. But when he gets the attention, now he wants to be Mr. Fence Sitter. He wants to play both sides of the fence. He wants to play a 50-50 role, and that men are cheap. How funny is it that a couple of strags and you feeling as if you're Kevin Samuels with shaming black men, but you're not doing shit about non-black men. Let's not talk about that. You think you're Kevin Samuels, huh? You think you command that much power and attention, dude? Come on. I mean, at the very least, he shows his face. Two, he shows his wardrobe. And three, to be fair, he probably gets a lot of his money from non-black men. So, I mean, in a way, I don't even blame him for going after just going after cheap black men, etc., for not doting and cooking incels, black incels at that. But look, you're not St. Kevin. You're not on his level. I'm sorry, old man. I mean, we can talk about that. We can talk about the the ascot and the bus stop. We're still waiting for you to get that Mini Cooper. Where's the Mini Cooper? Where's the Mini Cooper? We can talk about that. We can talk about fumigated Kate. The great fumigation. Can't forget about that. We can talk about you basically trying to clout, was it Derek Jackson by going to a seminar? I mean, first of all, if you're going to go to another dude's seminar, why is it that you brought your girl along with you? Your main girl. Now, and I'm not even saying, like, bring one of your boys along with you to do some intel. Yeah, bring one of your female, like, your legit female friends. You know, those female friends been boasting your head? Why couldn't you have brought one of them along with you? Nicole Michelle. I mean, well, yeah, she may not have wanted to do that after you called her a bitch. Yeah. Nah. Who else? Name one of those strags who supposedly boost your head up and boast your head up. Well, that doesn't matter. So you can get one of them to get some intel. You have to get bring your girl along to go to another man's seminar, another man that you didn't even get to talk to, who you didn't even get to confront, who you didn't, hell, forget confronting, forget debating. You didn't even roast him. You had all that smoke. All these years, you've been having all this smoke for Derek Jackson. Man. When you get the one chance just to get a little shot, just get a little FU shot or your sim shot, a little roast, just a little roast. You're AWOL, man. You got caught. You caught your own self in the crossfire. You're like, oh, you just pinned off the map, and Derek Jackson didn't do anything to you. I'm like, what is this? What is this? You didn't even roast him once. You could have roasted him, and your girl could have recorded it, and at the very least, we would have been like, oh, nothing else. You got some roast points. You got some cooking points, something. But sheesh, nothing. No. And now you're talking about you want to do a book tour, which, by the way, yeah, I saw that little invoice. Hey, press 1 if you got an invoice from Obsidian. Anyone who got an invoice from Obsidian for a book that he hasn't even released and that you didn't even purchase, press 1 in the chat if you receive one of those invoices from him. I'm like, really, dude? Really? Is this where we're going with? Oh man, hey, what's good, cocaine? What's good? But yeah, as far King Steve got the receipt. King Steve got the receipt. For real. It's just smoking. It's just smoking. Okay, you all didn't get the receipt. Really? You all really got the receipt? Really? Exactly. Yeah, he did. That was some chicanery. That's like, okay, I can't stick by this. He's bruising for a roasting. He's bruising for a roasting. Yeah, but yeah, look, no. $11 for something that hasn't came out yet. $11 for something that you demanded $1,100 for, and I'm like, isn't it cheaper now more than ever to make an ebook, to publish it, to put it online, and now he's talking about book tour. Now he's talking about book tour. All right, I got a game for all of you. Or we're gonna do a game. And shout out to all of you who are talking about SYSBM states. We're gonna get to those after we're done with smoking. But for all of you who are listening right now, or all of you who are listening to the playback, tell me who will be number 1, who will be number 1, number 2, or number 3 in line when Obsidian does his book tour. And these are the following options. You can put some more options if you want, but these will be the obvious options. Options include C Boogie, ARC, The Angry Man. Who else? Who else? Oh, Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson! Nicole Michelle. Who else? Nagon's above the he's above the smoke. I shouldn't even say his name, but yeah, he has better things to do. Oh man, oh man, and the name, just name whoever who's gonna be number 1 on there, who's gonna be number 2, who's gonna be number 3, etc. So go on ahead and you in due time. Oh, Taz! I forgot Taz! Taz and Nyla. They're gonna fly from Mexico. Rob Perkins. Cynthia G. This shit's spoken. Oh man. Look. Oh man. Yeah, he may show up. Well, you know what? I don't know about Rob Perkins. He didn't even show up. He didn't debate Obsidian, to be fair. Rob Perkins, Rob Perkins. You know what? Rob Perkins did to Obsidian what Obsidian did to freaking Derek Jackson. And he was on his Frieza. He was on his Frieza, like Dragon Ball Z Frieza. But it wasn't like Frieza when he was kicking ass. But it was like Frieza when he was about to get that Kamehameha wave. Right, so I mean, they did their best Frieza Frieza! Oh man, look. All right, as far as that's concerned, look, I'm. Oh man, Frieza. But yeah. Oh yeah, it's about enough of Obsidian's crap. Get the Game Changer. We gotta talk about some things. I will say this in defense of Game Changer. Now, if we had to talk about where the Easy Bake Oven, StoveGate, if that had to go to, I would much rather have him give that stove to someone who reciprocated his masculinity. His being a beta male provider. And here's the thing. We gotta talk about that in a minute, but I gotta give him this. I would, if it's between a Dominican female who is feminine, who is probably good looking, even if she had a kid, and yes, if she was an ADOS woman, you all would have called her a scraggle-aggle and be like, bitch, I ain't bringing shit. I ain't buying anything for you. I am not even buying a freaking Easy Bake Oven for you. Forget your $1,200 stove. You better get Pookie, Ray, Man, and Little Twin, and Little Jizz and Lemonade, dude. You would have had a 6-hour stream talking about how you aren't going to buy this daggone damn stove. We all know that was the case, Game Changer. I mean, we respect you, we like you, but we all know what time it is. And I would have supported you, but yeah, we all know it's all good. But I would, between Daggle or even any female in this country and Dominican women who was quote unquote in need, it's the lesser of two evils. I had to say it. It's the lesser of two evils. So I mean, I can't really go at him like that, only on the fact that I wouldn't have done it at all. Not that soon. Not that soon. I would have had to get way more than $200 worth of saved money with my association with her before I would give her a stove. And I'd have to be ensured that I would be the only man to benefit from that stove. And now, if she wants to make her kids, some Dominican Hot Pockets, and go for it. Go for it. If she's supporting her boy or boys or whatever, her kids, have fun. Little SpaghettiOs. Yeah, I can't believe it needed cocaine. But yeah, we got to analyze this for what this is. We talk in the manosphere how, well, when we go overseas, we're seen as select. When we go overseas, we don't have to be a beta bucks. When we go overseas, we don't have to deal with women, with chicks. And you too, sick man. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, this won't be too long, but when we go overseas, we can escape anything that, or all things that we deal with in the gynocracy, in the community, etc. When we go overseas, all that shit goes out the window. That goes, it's just beautiful, feminine, virgin women just lining up for our pleasure, for our maximum pleasure. Just like that bod commercial. They want our bod. Like, come on, dude. Really? But you go all the way overseas to deal with a single mother, which I can't. Yeah, technically, she's a single mother, unless she's a widow, which you didn't mention that, because if you did, if you would have, if she was, you would have mentioned that as a way to, damage control yourself. 2, let me see. She was in poverty, which, I mean, this sort of goes to the defense of what Minister Japp and Super Sly and others say about guys go overseas and how they're 30-foot tricking. I mean, you aren't helping me right now. Seriously. I want to defend you guys. I really do. I want to defend you. I want to defend SYSBM. I want to defend the Passport Bros. I want us all to leave. My dream, if I had a dream, it'll be for all dudes just to leave the community and just get them the wall of silence. not look back. Not look back. Dude, no. But the dudes are going out and meeting the same kind of woman that they complain about in the freaking community. It's not a good look. Yes, all right, if she had a single kid, I'm not to say, I've been with single mothers. Okay, fine. I've been with them too. We've all have. But I have not yet to give a single mother or any chick I've been with a $200 easy bake oven. That's just not how I roll. Yes, I've given chicks who I've been with for months of years on end gifts. I have, yeah. Obviously, I'm giving gifts or chicks I'm with who are either I'm dating in my rotation or was it I can't even say it because I'll be honest, I'm not the kind of guy who's really the most monogamous person, although I like AMS, I will give you all the benefits of a girlfriend, but just without the quote-unquote little official title that every other chick guns for because she wants to fulfill her Disney princess fantasies. Okay, I get it. All right. I mean, you're getting the treatment. You're getting spoiled. You're getting the non-sexual attention. It's also sexual. I mean, it's going to be something anyway. But yeah, it's just, yeah. But look, those kind of women, yeah, I'm giving them. I'm vision with the hashtags. Go ahead and anyone who takes any of those hashtags, note where it came from first. Hashtag StoveGate, hashtag easy lay oven, bunk bed. Well, bunk beds is MOT. That's his. And crossfire, that's mine. Don't get caught up in the crossfire. Well, to be fair, I can't say Game Changer got caught in the crossfire. He didn't get caught in the crossfire, but no. Mainly because the father wasn't there. Hey, what is that? Who I think it is? See Boogie. What up, see? Oh man, he took it. He took it away. All right, fine. Hey, you retracted it. All right, cool. Oh, here we go. All right, there we go. Oh, you just spelled my name. It's all good, man. See Boogie Productions. Hey, what's good, man? Let me return the favor to you since you have me as a mod. What up, C Boogie, man? Hey, look, I know King Sigma, if you're on here, if you're still on here, if you want, I can drop the link. We can chop it up a bit. Same thing for you, C Boogie. If you still have the time, we can talk about it. And as I said, I'm going through the weekly rundown of this. And you know what? I'm being fair about this. I'm not really taking sides between you, MOT, you, and Game Changer. I hope you and Game Changer are still boys after this. This is just, boys with boys. Men are just going to, debate fiercely and then go their separate ways, give each other a dap. I think that's what I want from this, honestly. So Game Changer listens to this. Look, if I were you, I would have just been like, handle my business. Treat her a little dinner at I guess a 4 to 5 star Dominican restaurant, and just keep it pushing. And then if you're still with her, or if she brings you back to the DR and gives you the king of King Dangaling, and you get snoo every night for the rest of your life, buy all the ovens and stoves you want. I'm for that. Even if she has a kid, we can fine, whatever. And yeah, as far as that's concerned, look, the one thing I will agree with Game Changer is this: poverty. It is a bit different depending on where you go. We do have a lot more social programs in America, which gives a lot of women more breaks here than it is there. So, I wouldn't say it's apples and oranges when it comes to poverty between there and here, but it's tangerines and oranges. It's mandarins and oranges. I'll say that. But Game Changer, come on, man. Come on. We need to get back in the huddle. We need to not have our reputation tarnished as is, because in the DR, they're already closing down those nightclubs because of what a bunch of baby's kids are doing there with tearing it up. They're treating it like an American club. Here's the thing. And see, Boogie, I'm sure you'll agree with what I'm about to say next. First of all, don't we, all the things that we complain about, Ados Scruggle culture, whatever, this hood culture, isn't a reason I'm going outside the country is to escape it, not to relive it? Tell me if I'm wrong. Literally, somebody asked me this. When I leave the country, I do not look forward to dealing with any of the Ados Scruggle culture or good old America, if yeah, culture in other countries. I want to deal with cultures that are legit, cultures that are non-American, non-Westernized, non-Dagglified, non-alt-rightified, whatever. What point is it on going to another country and then the first place you go is to the club, the hip-hop club, the rap club, the trap club? Or is it that, and I hate to say this, and see Boogie and a couple of others be pointing it out, is it not that you don't want to escape the culture entirely, but you just want to be you just want to be a select man of that culture? You want to be that dude on the block who is getting all of the treatment, who is being treated like a king of that culture? Is this the reason why you go overseas? Is this the reason why you go to see certain countries and the first thing you go to is these Ados Scruggle club culture, the Ados Scruggle nightclubs, playing this hip hop crap? Azriel, all due respect, I'm not going to time you out exactly, but as far as talking about other people, man, let's keep the drama low, man. Just keep the drama low. Let me do the roasting, and if you want to, okay, well, yeah, let's just keep the drama about the other YouTubers when they do streams. Go ahead and go on their streams. But yeah, as far as that's concerned, you aren't going to see Xanatos Clutch. When I make big moves, you aren't going to see me trying to go into the Ados Scruggle nightclubs and be like Pookie. Look, a lot of these individuals lament not being the Pookie of the neighborhood. And instead of making your own identity, like me, like instead of street life, I'm about the beach life. I'm about the surfer swag. I'm about, for all of you who've seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, if you want to put me into an archetype, then Jeff Spicoli is definitely the archetype that I sort of resemble. Well, not even sort of. Hey, Sigma, I got you, man. I got you. Hold on. I got you. If you want to join, Sigma, I'm emailing you. I'm going to email you. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm dropping. Drop the link. There you go. See Boogie, King Sigma. The two of you want to hop on. Let's get this started. Because it's Pacific Standard Time. I know it's midnight on the East Coast, but you all in the chat room will stay up like 80 a stream. 80 a stream for Edward Anderson's infomercial. Shout out to Edward Anderson. But I see how you all are going deep with the infomercials. All right, so let's get this shit smoking. But all I'm going to say is this. All I'm going to say before King Sigma gets on here, he's already on. Shout out to him. What I'm going to say is this. As far as that's concerned, I look for other cultures when I go to other countries to embrace myself and integrate myself to their culture. Not relive Ados Scruggle class culture, the same Scruggle underclass that has basically ruined the community. And as far as that's concerned, I'll be honest, and I'm bragging on myself a bit. That's probably the reason why, one, I've gotten more Beckies than 90% of dudes on here, particularly the dudes talking about, oh, I'm going to leave. I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump the fence. Oh, we got another special guest in the building. I guess you're back from assignment. What's up, man? But look, also, it's probably a reason why, even though I don't mess with ADOS women like that, I don't get a lot of heat from ADOS women like that. Cocaine Kells, Naima, a couple of other ones, Elise, all of them, etc. I don't get a lot of heat from them like that. And you know what? If they don't have heat from me, why should I have heat for them? Except when they do the Dagglified stuff, which I will call out. I'll call it out. King Sigma, he definitely calls it out, especially with the bottom shelf grads, and MOT will call it out whatever chance he gets. So shout out to all of you guys. Go on ahead, take the wheel.
I mean, I came here I see that C Boogie in the chat, so I'm here. I mean, he was looking for me. Oh. So C Boogie, get on the panel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't even know about it, but someone like, hey man, C Boogie, he got something to say to you. And I'm like, okay, this is good. So this would be a good conversation.
All right. Well, C Boogie, if there's anything to say that you want to address to King Sigma, feel free to.
I went looking for the stream and it was gone.
You know, if he comes on, I'll just hop off so y'all can have a convo, man.
Oh yeah.
Well, MOT, if you want to say something, if C Boogie decides to show up beforehand.
I have a question. Like, what is this StoveGate? Like, what's going on? Honestly, nothing wrong with what Game Changer did. Nothing wrong. I mean, most people want you to reciprocate to people here locally, but when you go around people and you stay with people for a couple of days and you see something that needs to be done that helps everybody else out in the group, I see nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing at all wrong with that. The only thing is that people don't want people traveling. There's some dust that can kind of kick up on somebody who's there. And I've never met anybody yet who can even tell me that there's anything different. Because anytime you look at people who disagree, it's always this swaggerphile or some daggerphile dummy who just like, oh, you tricking. For the record, everything that you do is tricking when you get in contact with a woman. Everything is tricking, dude. If you're spending money or time, it's not free. Period. So if we're not getting on the cases of women who end up getting a dude at the end of the day, no matter how many bodies that they have on them, I'm okay with a man spending his money however he wants to. You don't see people trying to clown other people by paying all this money in child support, do you? So, like, look, man, we got to chill out on this trying to get up on Game Changer shit about, if that's what StoveGate is, man, these are some sad-ass, pathetic people around here, man. For real. Because at the end of the day, most of these dudes do more than this for the domestic daggle or black woman that they're not even screwing every single day in America, and I don't see no man get clowned for that. I mean, you know, you got women with booking info in like their Instagram, Cashapp, Periscope, all that kind of stuff, man. So I don't see anything wrong with what the dude did. And you know what? If I was in the same situation, I probably would have did the same thing. Because when you do around different people of a different culture, it's just a different vibe to it, man. That's it.
Yeah, so my bad, man. My bad. Yo, so that's just somebody making some shit up. Someone was like, yeah, see Boogie looking for you. He was having a conversation. I'm like, what? I mean, me and C Boogie don't even know each other like that. So, man, that niggas in this space be killing me, man. I swear to God.
Yeah, man. I don't care about what that dude does with his money or who he does it for. I don't give a damn about that, bro. You definitely not gonna tell me what to do with my money. Dude, listen, if you want to be embarrassed on the behalf of the domestic dagger because he did something for a woman of another culture, I mean, you're just a punk ass bitch. That's it. Pull up. If there's something wrong with it, and you can not sound too bitch made or offended on the behalf of the domestic dagger, I'm willing to listen to your argument. I'm willing to listen to the argument.
So he brought the chick a stove.
Probably cost less than $200. And that dude stayed at that woman's house for 4 days.
That is funny.
How much it would have costed in a hotel?
That is kind of funny though, because about all the things that you could buy someone a stove, like that does sound like some third world stuff right there though. That's kind of funny, man. So y'all calling it StoveGate? You cats in this space is something else. I swear to God.
They're pathetic. Pathetic. You know, we got older individuals walking around, watching these younger dudes walk into straight up meat cleavers, and we got a StoveGate going on here? What? Just stupid, man. Like, dude, it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense.
So why was it so was the issue that he had to buy the chick the stove to get her, or was it just like a girl he was dating and it was like a gift? I mean, what was the context?
Probably was a gift. You know, he was staying with her. He seen something that needed to be done. and he paid for something that helped out the entire group there. It wasn't just her. It was everybody on that floor or whatever, man.
But he already was knocking the chick, though.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I ain't a big fan of buying gifts and shit like that, unless it's like your woman that you've been with for a while. But if he was already banging a chick and it was like afterwards, then maybe the dude just felt like he was doing some like charitable type stuff. Because, you know, for them, probably like a stove to them is like a car for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, you got dudes in this sector who's trying to find forever home for hoes, and we're worried about a damn stove. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can do a lot worse than a stove, and I'm glad you guys brought that up because I was just thinking about this, and I'm actually with you on the sentiment, King Sigma, about StoveGate and this. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, part of it is silly. I wouldn't have done it personally myself. I just think, but I wouldn't have done it for any woman that I was just seeing for like about a week, even if she was hosting me up in a penthouse. I mean, I'd probably buy her dinner at a 5-star restaurant. All right, fine. Which that might cost even more than 200, but even with that, look,
they're looking for a reason to like throw some shit at Game Changer anyway. So it's like, if this is the best y'all got, y'all do still pathetic. Still pathetic.
Yeah,
just with wrenches. We got women timing dudes out. Like, come on, man.
Oh, we got women time. I don't have women.
No, I'm talking about not here. I'm talking about in this space.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's a double standard.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about what can you do or what has been done with $200 in the country, in the U.S. on women, as you said, who are basically looking for retirement homes and are headed towards bunk beds, etc. Hashtag bunk beds. And we have seen time and time again how men, particularly men who are advocating for the Daggle, will tell you or have done things that cost more than $200, and a lot of them don't even get any sort of reciprocation for it. I mean, $200 dinners. We've heard simp stories about that time and time again. We've heard about how dudes will spend $200 on bottle service at the club and won't even get a sniff of anything. We see dudes with more than $400 a month car payments or worse.
$20 a month, man.
Yeah. And, all right. See what he's trying to get. But yeah. So look, as far as that's concerned, look, yeah, I personally wouldn't have done it, but in Game Changer's defense, you can do a lot worse than a $200 stove.
I mean, you could buy Jordans for $200 and not get clowned for it. Like, dude, like the priority is just fucking amazing. So you can buy like some True Religion jeans, fucking jeans, $100-something fucking dollars. Like, come on, man. Like these dudes, like much of the stupid shit that these people wear is like a $600 ensemble to bow down to some fucking woman who don't give a fuck about you. But buying a stove is bad. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and just to give you a warning, MOT, C Boogie has hopped on the panel, and I'm gonna let him.
That's fine, man. We're good.
Oh, okay. So just all right, because I do want all of you on, but yeah. So I'm just gonna add him here.
I thought there was an actual legitimate problem between him and King. No, if there isn't, then we're all good here. We're all good here.
No, we're all good. It's just some baby's kids spreading rumors. C Boogie and King Sigma, no beef. They're cool.
Oh no, we're good. I mean, I wanted to make sure because if he wanted to talk to me, I'm here.
All right. Yeah, so, but no problem. Then it's no problem. So
yeah, like I did mention your name in my stream, but it wasn't. I don't know what anybody talking about. I'm looking for you. When I was talking about Obsidian, I made a comment and I said the Obsidian Media Network and affiliates, and I said, "Who's your affiliate?" King Sigma. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. It wasn't nothing more than that. So I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't even go that far though. See, but I know. I mean, I'm as much an affiliate of Obsidian as everybody is. So
that was what that was about.
Oh, okay.
On my live stream, but yeah, I put my live stream on my Patreon. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
I mean, oh, okay. Well, then, you know, they were saying it like, oh, he went in on you, King Simon, because of Obsidian. I'm like, what?
I mean, what would be the frame of reference? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we ain't never really, you know, really crossed paths like that. We in two different lanes.
I mean, notice how they didn't give any details. Come on, man.
But I mean, as far as being an affiliate of Obsidian, I mean, shit, probably half of the people in this space in some way came through his panels, but that's about it.
Yeah, so that was what that was about.
Oh, it's all good, man. I figured that you was more of a type of cat that if it was really that serious that you would hit me up. I didn't really believe it anyways, but I saw you in the chat, so I'm like, oh, let me ask.
Yeah, and this was during the part where he was talking about City, and I was there as well as damn near all of the Manosphere, and that's exactly what he said was true. So no beef, no harm, no foul. But
it is funny how people will try to drag you into some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it's rather pathetic. And to be honest, that is something that I've noticed from not even content creators themselves, but from those in the comment section or just random ass baby's kids who would try to start beef in the manosphere that is unwarranted, honestly. I mean, this is some GMO beef. That's what it is. It's fake as hell.
And that's what it is. So that's what you get. See what it is like when people see brothers actually doing something constructive. I mean, we have our little cliques. We have our disagreements, and I'm actually a true believer in competition. I thrive off competition. I only feel alive when I'm competing with someone. But I think that there's people that really don't want to see black men at all doing anything constructive. Even though we may disagree, you know, the different sectors or whatever, different cliques, it's still going to end up being for the best because you're forced to be excellent when you have like good opposition. You're forced to be excellent when you have real good competition. So I think that some people don't want to see, you know, different brothers actually competing in any kind of civil way. Like I don't even, you know, I don't take offense at someone that has a different opinion of me or someone that has a different side of it because I'm like a person that if you get me and you prove me wrong, I'm coming back the next time stronger. So I look at it as like, you know, everyone polishing each other up. And at the end of the day, everyone's great. But I do believe that there are people that's in this space that really don't give a shit and that they go around and they do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to like create chaos where there is no chaos, basically.
Exactly. And I mean, with that, we just want to address these things. Just wanted to, honestly, this is a weekly recap, but since everyone's here, Boogie, is there anything you wanted to say in particular, or were you just on here to clear up the air?
Yeah, I just jumped on for a second to tell King Sigma, like nobody was looking for him. And I seen somebody in the chat room like, yeah, you was going in on King Sigma. And just to clear that up, it was more of a joke toward Obsidian than even King Sigma. That was just the first thing that came to my mind. But nah, it wasn't. Nah, that wasn't true. So
I didn't, trust me, bro. I didn't even believe it. I didn't even believe it. That's why I didn't even contact you about it. That's why. But when I saw you in the chat, I'm like,
but let me address another comment in the comment section. Because I heard somebody say, you know, there's this reoccurring thing. Oh, you know, see Boogie capable for black women. Let me just go ahead and just speak to that. I mean, my thing has always been this. You know, even when I first got into this, you know, sector of YouTube, you know, I thought the sentiment from most guys was, you know, dealing with exceptional women, dealing with women that's on your program. You know, black women, white, Hispanic, otherwise. But it's this, you know, notion or, you know, just kind of energy out there, you know, that I always get. I would say it's more attached to my name, you know, than anybody else's. That, you know, niggas is caping for ratchets. And my thing is this, you know, even in my personal life, that's just something you're not going to see. You know, I only deal with a certain caliber of female, period. And I would suggest any man to do that. And this, transcends race, it transcends culture, it transcends anything. You know, so that's just where I'm coming from. I understand where their energy comes from because it's like just low hanging fruit, and but that's just not true. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to, because obviously I still deal with black women, but I'm not going to shame guys, even guys that say I only deal with American black women, and even when I hear that, it's like, well, that's bullshit because, there's some decent black women out here. And if that's what guys choose to deal with, my thing is, well, as long as they on your program, as long as they, doing what you need them to do, and y'all working together, then that'll be my advice to any dude. I don't care where a man's, put his phallus at. I done fucked the whole rainbow twice, and it's all good. Um, even with the foreign women piece, I was kind of taken back at what Game Changer said yesterday, and I was like, huh? You know what I mean? I thought it was odd. I said the stove, but I was like, all right, fair enough. But my only thing with that was I was like this, man. If the standard is the standard, like, no single mothers, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Game Changer said he does deal with single mothers, so I guess it would be different for him. But my thing is, why does the standard drop with between foreign women and domestic women? To me, that's kind of odd to me. And now the answer that I got from Game Changer was, well, they appreciate it, but it's like, well, at the same time, according to the logic, you still okay for the black. Let's let's take the Black American e- equivalent to the StoveGate piece. Now, if you do something for a single mother in the United States, then you holding up the gynocracy or whatever. All right, cool. If that's going to be the logic, but why aren't you holding up the gynocracy if you're doing something for a baby mother in another country? Because, for my logic is it's only one way to become a single mother. It's only one way. Besides being a widow or something like that. But if you're not married and you have a kid, then you're a single mother. That's global. Period. So if the standard was going to be the standard, then I'm cool with upholding the standard. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this: if all American black men say, you know what, here's going to be the standard. I'm only dealing with exceptional women. I think things can change overnight. But what we have is, and that's why that live stream on Friday was so important, because when the guy gets online and has all of this rhetoric talking about this, bastardy and single motherhood and this and Black America destroying the community, but yet he gets off his camera and he's dealing with a 3-time single mother that doesn't even have custody of the children. And I don't even want to go through that because that's over with. I'll put that behind me. But it was important because that is a part of a problem. A man with no kids is dating a single mother. I think that's problematic because, yeah, at that point, you are rewarding her behavior. Period. Period. So to me, man, it's like this. And I know I'm kind of long-winded, but it's like this, man. Every time you stick your dick in a female that's not worthy of it, you're rewarding her behavior. You're telling her behavior is okay with you. Now, personally, I just don't really care who a motherfucker date. But my thing is I'ma always defend myself straight up, man. So if guys like Obsidian, take offense to things I say, then of course I'm gonna swing back. Of course I'm gonna shoot back. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, because I'm not the one in my personal life getting off of my computer, getting off of my live streams, and living a total separate life than what I'm portraying. Period, man. Period. So that's my whole thing, man. Like everything I say I am, I represent in my life. Period. So even with self-improvement, to me, self-improvement is very simple. The four quadrants of a man's life. Well, really anybody. The four quadrants of your life. You got your health, mental health, physical health, your diet, exercise, everything. Then you got your spirituality, your religion, you believe in a higher power, things like that. Then you got your professional life, your business, your degree, your schooling, your certificates, your job. And then you got your family, your family, your friends, your interpersonal relationships. So the four quadrants of your life is self-improvement to me. It's period. And I feel like if you keep those four quadrants as balanced as possible, then you should be able to live a prosperous life. That's my thing about self-improvement. It's not all about women, not all about this, not all about that. Even at my summit, we might have spent 45 minutes out of 6, 7 hours talking about women. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a small fraction of it. You know what I'm saying? It was everybody at my summit, from a black scientist to guys with startups and businesses, to postal workers, to just guys with regular jobs, all congregating in one room. You know what I mean? All building in one room. Just talking about manhood, masculinity, the fundamentals of manhood, fatherhood, whatever. Just a good build. Guys passing business cards to one another. Some guys are like meeting up, guys that met at the summit doing business and things of that nature. So, you know, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yo,
can
can
hear
you
you.
hear me? Okay, cool. My
Yeah,
bad,
you
y'all.
good?
So,
Yeah.
so, so my thing is, the proof is in the pudding. You know, the proof is in the pudding, man. It's not all about women. Now, are women going to be a major factor in a man's life? Then, yeah, of course. Because I tell you this, the wrong female will destroy a man. If you pick the wrong one, that shit could affect the rest of your life. So yeah, you may want to, be careful in that area. But nah, man, it's not all about just women and this and that. You know what I mean? I think what happens is, I think guys, they draw emphasis from other things that I say, maybe stories I tell, or just little random shit that I say when I'm just doing regular little live streams, having fun. But they attach it to, if I say self improvement, because it's easy like that. But it's like, nah, man, you know what I mean? Don't get those two mixed up. If I'm telling stories about my military days or whatever, then, but don't attach that to the journey. Don't attach that to self improvement, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just two different lanes and shit. You know what I mean? And I don't really like that, man, because it's just more to it. Now, you know, I kind of stick to like 3, 4 topics on my channel, because my thing is this. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and start talking about the stock market. No, I mean, I'm not an expert on it, right? So I'm not going to lead people down the wrong path on it. I'm like, nah, I really stay in my lane with all of this, man. I stick to like 3, 4 topics that I know, I live, I'm proficient at, I can talk about, with some knowledge and wisdom. I just kind of keep it there, man. But to me, you know, it's a lot of fuckery going on, and I think that um, that's why Friday, man, was so revealing when me and Donovan Sharp did did that live stream because it's like, man, just because a guy, now I'll take myself for an example, you know, just because I don't have the raw emotion and, the vitriol behind my message like Obsidian does, you know, it doesn't mean that I'm for certain fuckery. Nah, because my life proved that. I'm talking about my personal life. Now, Obsidian has the raw emotion. He can galvanize the troops. He can get the cavalry together. Oh, we talk about bastardy, this and that. But you're looking at a man that's living the complete opposite of his message. So sometimes we got to be careful of who's who. We live in a world of deception, man. Every closed eye is not sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? Every big man is not strong. You know what I mean? So sometimes we got to be careful with that because a lot of times, man, it's the people that's talking the loudest with the most fuckery in that closet, man. So that's my whole thing, man. With it is just like, and even with these black women, sometimes I'd be like, well, what haven't I called out? Like I don't mind calling out shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't, but am I going to do it every single day? Nah, man. Call it out, keep it moving. My thing is, you know, even my time on YouTube, I can give tangible results of, okay, I had 9 young cats that's listened to me and decided to join the military just based off of my stories. And that's just guys that email me personally like, Bug, I like your stories. I like what you're talking about. Da 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 da. I look at your pictures. I decided to join. Now, boom, they bettered their circumstances. Now these guys are going to go from whatever their circumstances was to bouncing right in the lower middle class overnight just by joining the military. Now they got lifetime benefits. And my thing is with that, now they can take their experience and hand it off to another brother and get a chain going, for guys that want to go that route. You know, the guys got college money and all the benefits that come with that. So to me, that's tangible results. And like I say, even with the summit, you know, I'm talking to guys getting recaps. It's guys doing business now. It's guys linking up that was from the same city, that's handling things with each other. Excuse me. Now that's tangible. Now you never really know what's going to come from that. And there's even more bigger things to come. So my thing is, well, let's push it forward now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to say, you know what I'm saying, about ratchet women, man. It's like at the end of the day, it's just like don't fuck with them. I don't know what else to even say about it, man. I don't. I'm not the one doing panels with women. I'm not the one, arguing, debating with women. I wasn't the one that brought the women into the space of YouTube. You can't put that on me. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, to be real, you can't even put it on ARC or Ron Wells. It was other guys that brought the women into the space, hard body, in large numbers. So my thing is, I know a lot of this is entertainment, but I'm starting to look at the bigger picture here, and a lot of guys, they say one thing and they was doing something else. I have examples of guys on YouTube that was talking loud and they was up in Bomb Cherry's email asking her to piss on them. You know what I'm saying? So it
Damn.
So when women want justice, they come to see Boogie. That's what you're saying?
Damn. You say
nah, I'm saying this, man. Once again, every closed eye not sleep. Just because somebody is talking good doesn't mean he's living like that. Because in our reality, if guys aren't taking these principles and things that we say and apply it to real life, where, they got actual influence over their, circumference and their neighborhood and things of that nature, then it really means nothing. You know what I mean? It's all talk at the end of the day. So I kind of look at that as well. You know, if guys are going to talk loud, fuck these bitches, da 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 da, and then you end up in a bitch inbox asking her to piss on you, What are we really doing here? Like seriously,
Damn.
like it's
Yeah,
all
man.
Nolan.
Again, dude, that's not your job to be operating on the behalf of women. That's what dudes call the caping. For me personally, these women are dishonest.
How is that operating on the behalf of women?
Who told you to do that? Do you do that
Do what?
when men get talked about in women's panels, or do you just do it for men? That's the thing, man. Like you don't, dude. Listen, man. Like you probably don't understand, man. But you can't.
I don't care. All the fuckery I see coming from the men. I don't care.
Okay, so you don't care when it comes to women, but when it comes to men, you got to do shit. Well, irrespective of what happened in Obsidian's personal life, that shit that he said is true about the women.
I hold men to a different standard, period.
Nah, man. You're using it as an excuse to hold women to no standard and using just men to operate against men.
I don't fuck with ratchet women.
I don't either.
What do you do about the ratchet women?
I don't either.
What do you want me to do about it?
Boogie, is that we still got the abortion rate. These boys are fucked up out here.
I'm asking you a question. What you want me to do about it?
I want you to start criticizing the women that you do it to men, and don't hide behind the fact that you cannot be doing that against women because you hold men to a different standard. Otherwise, it's going to be Caucasian.
You do that
all day long. It's going to be Caucasian.
You take care of it. I'm saying you can.
No, I got my.
Y'all been online.
Listen, man.
Hold on.
I have my thing.
Y'all been online criticizing this shit in society for how long? Nothing changed. My thing is, let me try something new. Nothing changed in society. So how about we try something? Men, right? How about we try something new? How about we try something new?
It's still caping for women, dude. If you're doing their actual bidding, that's what it's called.
I don't give a fuck. It means nothing. Nothing in society changed. Nothing in society has changed. And you know it. Nothing in society has changed.
Regardless of what Obsidian said, what he said about the women is true. Look at the outcome of the board.
Society has gotten worse. Period.
Why do you think that is?
It's not working. It's not working.
What you think,
all of this calling out, all of this, criticize them. Okay, I'm going to criticize them. If nothing changing in society, it's not working. I thought y'all was about results.
Man. Nah, man.
It's not working.
Have to start coming after these women too, rather than doing their
I don't have to do anything.
Okay, all right, man. So we can't take you seriously when you just come after the men, dude.
I don't deal with them.
All right, so we're at a standstill right now. So between the two of you, this is a stalemate.
Hold on, Xanatos, because it's not the fact that I'm coming at the men more than, you know what, I've took enough heat, and when I swing back, I'm going to shoot back with hollow tips. That's it. When I was minding my business, I never came to MOT's channel or Sigma or your channel and say,
no, I'm just saying, man,
hold on, y'all should do self-improvement. Y'all should do this. Y'all should do that. No, I didn't. I said it on my channel. That's it. That's it.
Well, for my
I've never went to anybody's channel and told them what to do, how to live their life. Y'all should do this and do that. No, I don't, man. I do it on my
I don't know anything about the self-improvement. I've never joined in on that conversation. I'm kind of in the same situation as you. I got, 2 to 4 topics that I like to talk about, and I talk more about self-actualization more so than self-improvement. But nah, man, I've always been a believer. I've always pushed the idea that the truth is that there's numerous sectors out here, and there's a lane for everybody. And I'm one of the people I don't understand where all this conflict comes from, because
let me finish this because I think my phone about to. I'm having some. It's just in case it cut off. I don't want to. So
man.
My thing is this. Criticizing women all day. Talk about ratchet women all day. Is still giving them attention. My thing is this. I don't deal with them. Point blank. Period. I would suggest nobody deal with ratchet women. That's it. Don't deal with them. But how long this space of YouTube been operating? 6-7 years now, maybe longer. Nothing in society has changed. So if we're looking at the results of society, it's like, well, you know what? I'd rather roll the dice, try something different, try something that I know works. And you know what? And you know what? I'll do it on my side of the street. Period. I'm not pushing my ideals on anybody else. I'm not pushing what I believe on anybody else. But for the guys that want it, then yeah, if you come to my house and I'm making chicken, I'm gonna offer you chicken. That's it. You know what I'm saying? All I'm hearing right now is see Boogie make a bunch of YouTube videos criticizing women. Okay, I have videos criticizing women. A lot of them still up on my Patreon, some on my channel. Like I say, man, there's no correlation from me making videos to society changing. But I tell you this, I can give you tangible results. Like I just said, that 9 guys have joined the military based off my content. That's 9 guys that's going to change their life based off that's tangible, right? I can show you a summit that I just did, and I'm working on my next one. That's tangible. Maybe this will work for guys that want it. That's it, man. It's not like I'm out here twiddling my thumbs. I'm putting in work. I'm not just turning on my camera, turning on my microphone, just out here talking. I'm out here in the trenches. I'm grinding. I'm working. I just had a meeting with John Hopkins. I got things going on. I'm tired of the talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the talking. But see, when guys come at me and don't know my story, don't ask the proper questions, don't know what I'm into, and all they do is jump out the window on me, when I shoot back, I'll have hollow tips. Period. If all the criticism I'm getting is from men, who you think I'm gonna come at? I'm gonna come at the men. It was men calling me a hustler. It was men that just trying to destroy my event, calling me a scam artist. Okay, now that's business, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be a little hot about that because it's money being exchanged, right? It's people that gotta be paid. It's invoices now. It's spreadsheets, right? So now you playing with my business. Would y'all play with Carnegie's business, Vanderbilt's business? No, this is business. If I go to MOT's business and call you a hustler, you probably would want to kill me.
Not
right?
necessarily, because I got a whole yard that you can see, man. That's not with trailers and everything. I've shown my yard more than a couple.
But what I'm saying is, if I spoke out and called you a scam artist, right? That's putting smut on your name for people to see, right? Unfair.
I got tax returns.
You wouldn't appreciate it.
I got tax returns. I represent the actual field. I wouldn't care. And actually, I would actually fly them out so that way they can.
You don't. You don't care, but I do, and most people do. You know what I'm saying? Most people do. You know, bottom line. So what I'm saying is, look, at the end of the day, I'm not the one upholding the matriarch. I'm not the one getting off my camera, going to sleep with a 3-time baby mother or whatever. I'm not the one doing that.
But
that's the best.
But the issues that he talk about are true outside of what's happening in his personal life. That's what you're not. That's what you're deliberately leaving out, though. The issues that he talk about on his channel, irrespective of what's going on in his personal life, is 100% true.
I never said that. I never said that. But it's null and void if I go back and I support the matriarch. To me, it's null and void at that point.
It's not null and void.
You know what I'm saying? It's null and void.
Because it's not. The outcome of the boys is still the same.
I said this is destroying. Okay, if I said single motherhood is destroying the community, but I'm taking care of one, dog, it makes no sense.
Again, you only want to criticize men. You don't criticize the women who.
That's what the real problem is, though. MOT. You want me.
Hell yeah, I want you to do
all day.
That's exactly what I want.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
I speak on things when I'm.
Then it's just one-sided. It's just one-sided.
Period.
And that's why it's going to be always considered caping.
Then that's fine, dog. I'll cape. But you know what? That's just words. Because I can give you tangible things.
I can give you tangible. I got like 35 people that CDL within a year. 14 people got their veteran certification. Dude, everybody ain't out here just turn it on the camera, man.
Okay, and I'm.
Oh yeah, I could go down my list of accomplishments.
I'm not. What? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
you ain't got no smut on your name. Cool. But I don't have no smut on my name.
Listen, man.
That's it.
You know.
That's it. Hey, MOT, after that is period. That's it. You don't have no smut on your name. I don't have no smut on my name. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now, you want me to wake up, edit videos, do videos, criticizing women, take an hour out of my morning, do this and do that. No, I'm not going to do it. I talk about things when I feel like it. If I feel like banging on some women, I'll bang on some women. But you know what? It's men doxing me. That was a black man that doxed me that time for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a black female. Period. There was black men talking about my children. It wasn't a black female. It was a black man that called me a hustler, a scam artist, and I never took one penny or asked anybody from my channel to donate money for anything. That was a brother. But yet and still, where's the support for C Boogie? So I'm like, fuck all that, man. I'm just on my own at this point. I'll figure it out on my own. It's not even about support at this point because I understand what it is. So for me, in my world, accountability for women is, you know what? The women that I deal with, right? The women in my family, mother, sister, daughters, I'll be in control of that. I have direct influence over that. I can make 1,000 YouTube videos. It's not going to change society. How much content have guys in this sector made? Nothing has changed. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do what will work, man.
I mean, man, but you're talking about accountability
and
all this shit, man.
You know
dude, listen, it's not about hating, man. You're leaving women out of the complete deal, and you're only going after men. It's very clear. I mean, what happened with you and that city shit? That's okay, because he did go personal on you, and I defended you on my show, man. So you know,
most of my stuff is defense, man.
Huh?
Most of the things I do is in defense. Me and Obsidian, our beef got very personal, but besides Obsidian, because that was very public. And then it got kind of personal, right?
No, I told him not to fucking do that shit. Just like I told him not to put your real name in fucking emails and shit, man. Like,
I mean, okay. But I'm saying, besides Obsidian, who have I went after? I mean, period. Most of the time, I'm on defense, man. It just looks bad when I shoot back. If I give you a name like Edward Anderson, right? Edward Anderson stayed with my name in his mouth. I didn't say nothing. Then the last time, Edward Anderson talked about my children, man. Do I deserve that, man? So I had to spank him. I had to get him for that. And I still didn't disrespect him when me and him got on the panel. I kept it cordial. I just asked him not to bring up my children, man. This is the kind of stuff that goes on that people let slide, man. That stuff get old, man. Period. I'm mostly on defense, man. A lot of people don't see that kind of shit. And you know what? Over time, anybody will get tired of it, man. You know what I mean? So for me, I just do what I do. I don't go to anybody's panel starting ruckus. I don't go to anybody's panel starting shit, telling y'all what y'all need to do. Y'all should do this. I didn't even shame Game Changer for buying the chicken stove. I mean, I laughed because it was odd, but I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. I guess we just want to see things different. But my thing is 1,000 YouTube videos about ratchet women, right? It's not going to change the circumstances. We have the proof. It's not going to change it. It's not. Temporarily, it can make guys feel better.
Right? No, man. I mean, you know, I that's why, man, leave these people alone. Make them all pay and suffer. Yeah. I mean, I got my thing. You know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying?
But you telling me that I need to criticize these women. And I'm like, man, look, we've been doing that for
time out to criticize Obsidian, and you know that was kind of double-edged sword for doing that.
I said, you know what? Just leave them alone. That'd be the best bet. If no guys were fucking these women, if no guys was dealing with these women, I think that'll help.
No, I wouldn't.
But I don't think that's going to change.
These women would just go around and do the same thing somewhere else, dude. Somebody need to be putting this fire and praying for these women.
Okay.
Period.
A lot of guys are doing the same thing in the Dominican Republic.
I don't even care about what happens over there. To be
a lot of these guys
you have to pay to get over there. Listen, man. I'm not trying to defend women. Period. I'm a man. I don't give a shit about them or what they do.
Don't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm never
But
going
at the
to
end
try
of
to
the
go
day,
to bat for a woman. I'm never going to do that shit. I'm never going to put down one of my brothers if it can possibly do harm and damage to a motherfucker going at these motherfuckers who are fucking these dudes live up every day. I would never fucking do that. It wouldn't even matter what this motherfucker said. I'm never going to do that. So you know, when I brought Obsidian on my show, I told him, look, you need to stop talking that stupid shit about whatever medical, like, I don't know your medical situation, but I'm like, hey man, you can't be doing stupid shit like that. And then he said, you know, with the stubby and the handicap shit, so I'm like, oh God, because I did hear a bunch of times that shit being said. So I'm like, look, man, at the end of the day, are these women improving? Do you have a self-improvement plan for women? Do you even care if they improve?
I mean, yeah, I care. What are you talking about? I would hope they improve.
Okay.
I would hope they improve.
Well, for me personally, I see that the black community, with a bunch of these older guys and everybody's standing around, I think that they want these guys to make the mistakes so they can just blame them for the mistakes while restricting them to the same women. So what I'm going to start doing.
I mean, there's no data that backs that up.
That backs what up?
That's just an assumption.
Data that backs what up? What specific part?
Your last statement is want these guys to make certain mistakes.
Oh, sure. Dude, listen, you think that the boomer generation actually prepared these guys to go up against these women? Do you really saying that?
I mean, there's no data that backs that up.
You mean to tell me that everybody else's culture, except for Western culture, can deal with their women just fine, and somehow you need to look at data to say that the women that are in Generation X is somehow different than women of other cultures? Dude, you don't need data for that, man. You know damn well you don't need data for that.
No, you said the boomers. You talking about the men? You said the boomers.
Yes. I mean, because it wasn't a silent generation
to make certain mistakes. I don't think it's that. When I look at the boomers, right?
I mean, well, how are they protecting these men out here then, other than sitting around and saying nothing?
When I look at the boomers, I understand. A lot of these guys was under a lot of pressure at that time, and some of them dropped the ball, but I think a lot of them did the best they could with what they had. I think at that time, Black America was hit with some things we just couldn't handle at that time.
I mean, it was self-inflicted, some of it.
I think coming the 80s, especially with the drugs, that was the straw. I mean, excuse me, that was just the nail in the coffin. It just became insurmountable.
That was self-inflicted.
It became insurmountable.
It was self-inflicted.
Okay, take a city like Detroit, right? Take a city like Detroit. Back in the 60s, Detroit had the biggest middle class for us Black folk in the country. I think it was number 1 or number 2.
Number 1, definitely number 1.
In the 60s. And there's a direct correlation when the auto industry started to move out, right? And the poverty started to seep in. And you started to see the carnage in that city. So for me, I think sometimes there's this kind of notion that Black folk are just inherently fucked up, that we can't do things. But it's like when we had the opportunity, when the jobs were there, when the men were going to work every day, when the women did their thing, there was a solid middle class, good schools, everybody thrived. But then you take away the jobs, there's a direct correlation to the violence, drugs, etc. Now you got Detroit today, and it's ran by dogs, wild dogs. You know what I mean? So for me, I kind of look at the bigger picture and not just look at it like, you know what, these people made fucked up choices, da-da-da-da-da. I think they made fucked up choices when, the circumstances got bad. But when the opportunities was there, Black folk took advantage, period. And I think we'll be seeing now in 2020, man, we just looking at the carnage of everything. This is the carnage of the 80s.
All based on self-inflicted choices, man. Self-inflicted choices by women deliberately picking men to protect their own situation, making sure the women get socialized to be ahead of the boys, destroying the actual boys by not letting them be raised by men. You can't blame that on drugs, man.
Well, I got to hit back on that one, Boogie. I got to hit back on that because like the 90s saw like one of the biggest job booms.
Sure, yeah, underclear.
American history. The last 10 years, we've had one of the biggest job booms. In the last 30 years, now you're right about the 80s because my people from Milwaukee, it was a hellhole. But the recovery started about 1991, and they had like a miracle economy. Then, obviously we had like a little 1 or 2 year period where they had like the .com bubble that was that big, and then it was in another big crisis until 2008, 2009. But in regards to the 90s, yeah, that was a hellhole. But it's a lot of bad decisions culturally that have been made since 95. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the 80s, yeah, that was a different beast. But let's not forget that.
So if crack hit, let's just use crack.
Yeah.
And I speak for my city, Baltimore, because that's where I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Wells. So if crack hit the scene 85, 86, 87, right?
Mm-hmm.
And put neighborhoods under siege pretty much. And you take 10 steps back, by the time 1991 come around, dog, nobody, I mean, the people in the inner city, those aren't the people that's want to get those jobs. So yeah, people took advantage of the jobs, but it wasn't the people in that, direct city. Because you took 10 steps back. So you already behind. You're not even prepared for the jobs. Even when the .com bubble came, people had to play catch up. Now your schools is fucked up. It's just, look, I don't know where to directly place the blame. If you want to place it all at the feet of these women, go right ahead. I don't. It doesn't matter to me, because my mentality is we are where we are.
No, I'm not in that boat, so I don't know if you're in that boat, but I'm not in that boat.
If I put all the blame on the women, is it going to change the circumstances in inner city? It's like, nah. Like, I don't know personally. I was born in '87. What was handed to me was ashes, and they say, Boogie, make something out of this. And I'm like, I'll do the best I can. You know what I'm saying? All I know is a city after the crack era. Fucked up. And my generation was handed nothing. And my thing is, I look at this next generation like, damn, if I could just hand them 2 pennies to rub together, it was better than what I got. That's just the best I can do.
I'm not mad.
I don't know who to blame.
Yeah, we should. I know Xanatos got to get some sleep. I got to get up early, but yo, we should definitely do a panel, me, you, and MOT and Xanatos again on this specific topic, and I think it'll be a good discussion. But you guys have a good Monday. You got a new week. It's the first week of March, man. I hope y'all have a good one, man. I got to get some rest, bro.
All right. Shout out to King Sigma. Going ahead and sub to him if you want to spam your channel. Going ahead. Don Gordita with a $5 super chat. And this is targeted towards C Boogie. So if you want to answer this, feel free to do so. But you have way more brothers supporting you than against you, C Boogie, and other content creators here. I don't want to assume anything, but he might want to address something. But
that's not like a generalized statement. I don't think that meant.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, in any case, I think that we have discussed all that we needed to discuss, at least as of tonight. And I see this as definitely a stalemate, and it's fine. Stalemates are fine. Not everyone is meant to talk about everything under the sun. You have individuals who will focus in on the black females, or certain black females, I should say, and their chicanery. You'll have those focusing on what black men can do, regardless of that. And to be honest, we need all sides when it comes to voicing this opinion, because to be honest, I hate to use this term, and this term has been abused by the pro-wax and those who want to preach separation and keeping us all together just because we're black. But thinking black men, which I consider all of you, we are all that we have. I'm going to use this in the correct term, in the whitewash term. We are all that we have. So with that, I'm going to close this down. But before I do, I'll just get any last comments that either one of you want to make, because I know it's early. It's it's 2 a.m. where you are, C Boogie, and it's 11 where you are. MOT, and it's midnight where King Sigma was. So all time zones represented. But if anyone has any last thoughts, go on ahead and go for it.
Oh, that's it.
Hey man, appreciate y'all. You know, man. You know, and you know, I always appreciate the support. Brothers know I'm always show support. I've always showed support for guys. Even going back to when I was drove to Atlanta to support Kevin Samuels. I don't mind supporting guys, you know, as long as guys do the right thing. I don't have to agree 100%, but if I see you making moves, doing something positive, I give you the shirt off my back, man. Period. Because I do believe in brothers. We don't have to agree on every fucking thing under the sun, but we don't have to tear each other down. That's just what I disagree with. Especially at the end of the day, you know, a lot of it does come back to pussy or come back to women. And it's just like, dog, I think a lot of us trying to do positive things. And I think, you know, I think we got a bright future, man. Get off the bullshit. I think some pretty good things can come about this. That's just what I think. So, you know, shout out to y'all. My support, man. Peace.
All right, peace out to UC Boogie. And if you want to give your channel out, that's fine too. MOT, any final thoughts?
No, that's it, man. For me personally, we still got a family creation issue here. And that family creation is in the heads of the women, and they run to the government when they need help with the family that they've created. So we just can't try to throw all this stuff away for a certain reason, man. There's still problems out here. I don't deal with these women, and I see this shit every time I go to 5 Points or Martin Luther King, or when I have to go down south for these projects that I'm working on. This shit's everywhere, man. So we just can't say that these women they're the apex of it, and the dudes who they choose too. And like everybody else is also affected. So we just can't say that we never gonna fucking talk about the fucking women. I don't buy that shit. Especially when you come off and do a woman a solid like that. Like, look, outside of Obsidian's personal life, everything he talked about was still fucking true. Still fucking true. You know, no, there was no videos made about Cynthia G and her fucking bullshit. That's what I'm saying, man. We keep trying to let these women off the hook because we're trying to fuck the goddamn problem. And that shit doesn't do anything around here. This is why I have to take the additional step of letting people know that these older generation people are watching your ass make dumbass fucking mistakes, so that way they don't have to be personally responsible for what happened in society. That's the next step of going here. Because if you think that these women are fucking, if you're actually sitting around here and thinking that men self-improving all of a sudden it's going to make the women on fucking point, that's fucking crazy. You're just giving these women better fucking options. And we shouldn't be fucking doing that. We should be doing both. Me personally, most of these women who are still on the fucking market are fucked. And yes, we need to talk about it. We always need to talk about that. Because at the end of the day, man, we're just sitting back, acting like things are fine, and thinking that swag and game, as long as you got that shit, it's going to make you wrestle this dagger down. And that ain't no fucking way this shit works. All these motherfuckers here in this sector has been affected by the outcomes of this shit. And it's not all based on drugs. It's based on the outcomes of these women's choices. But somehow we have internalized the fact that we can't check women at all because everybody's trying to fuck the problem, like I said, man. This shit needs to stop, dude. I'm telling you, this shit is way too easy to solve, brother.
Yeah.
Way too easy.
Yeah. Well, we need to find a solution nonetheless. And I think this solution is multifaceted, in which we're going to have to take multiple steps, multiple individuals who are going to have to do multiple things.
You're going to have to separate the men from the women to get started. That's what you have to do.
That doesn't sound like the worst idea to me, honestly. When it says manosphere, I mean, yeah, any woman, if they want to listen, feel free to listen. But as far as derailing this, I'm really the last person who will allow any sort of women or even Maggle to derail the conversation. I mean, you had someone try to spread a rumor between two of these other guys, thinking men, in which we squashed that quick. You saw how we squashed that quick. So we don't play this on my channel.
I don't think C Boogie would say something about King Sigma. I
didn't know. Anyway, but other than that, thank you for joining me, MOT. Thank you all for joining me on here. And for everyone else out there, always bet on X.
All right, later, man. You have a nice one.
All right, you too.
Have me on, man.